Hello, good morning. I'm sorry I'm a little late this morning. I was having a problem with my router and managed to fix it finally. So I'm only a few minutes late, so I hope you all are still out there. Okay, some of you are here. Um, Today we are, first of all, I hope you're all doing well. And today we are going to talk about Athens again and the last part of the Peloponnesian War that we started yesterday. Um, let's see. I got a text from Kirkland. Sorry. All right. Hi, Juliet. Hi, Sarah. Hi. Who is a Bepic Who man? I don't know who that is. Hi, Luke. Anyways, you're just coming on now. I apologize. I was a few minutes late because my router was not had to be reset, not doing something correctly, but we've got it now. Oh, Luke, you wait, me? You are also a Bepic Who man? Do some of you have two names? Okay. Anyways, hi Spencer, hi Annabelle, hi Teddy, Sammy. Oh, okay, gotcha, Luke. Okay. All right. Well, good morning. I'm so glad you guys tuned in. Hi, Sammy, Riley, and Josh and Sasha. How are you guys? Um, Thank you. I think just about all of you have turned in your test. I haven't, I have just a few to grade, just two or three to grade. But if you haven't, hi, Ryan, please make sure that you do turn it in as soon as possible. Okay. Also, at the end of this lesson, you're going to have a little bit of homework today. And hi, Caroline. Hi, Conrad. Hi, Caleb. You're going to have some homework today that will be due tomorrow. If not, if you can't get it in by tomorrow, it must be in by April 3rd, because remember, that's when the quarter ends. All right. I'm good, Samantha. How are you? I hope you are all doing well. Hi, Kevin. Uh, I hope you're all making good use of your time and also having a little fun. I know you're probably working a lot of schoolwork because this is not our typical class, right? We interact a lot in class, and it's kind of difficult not having all of those interactions and walking around and role playing and all the good things that we do. Um, all right, so we're going to start today. Remember, yesterday we talked about the Peloponnesian War. We talked that the war was between Athens and Sparta had allies, and Athens had its allies, and they battled each other for 27 years. And the war was devastating for both city states and for many more city states because they were all either on one side or the other. And so this war waged on for a long time. Now, yesterday we talked a little bit about it, and your homework is actually going to be based on this. You're going to give me a chart of Athens and Sparta, their advantages in the war, and their strategies in the war. And it should look something like this. I hope you can all see that. Whoop, there it is. It should look something like that. Okay. See, here we have advantages, and here we have strategies, and here we have Athens, and here we have Sparta. Okay, and that's the assignment that is due tomorrow, and it's on GradeLink. And so it's the answers are all in this section. We're going to go over it a little bit just to discuss it. Athens, remember, what did Athens have that was superior to Sparta? What did they have? What kind of military advantage did Athens have? Yay, Spencer. Love it. Spencer says they had a strong naval fleet. Absolutely. They had a very strong naval fleet. And what about Sparta? Thank you, Sammy and Gavin, all of Conrad. All of you are coming up with naval fleet. Good, Caleb. All right. So, what main advantage did Sparta have going into this war? What was Sparta's strength? My Olympians, you mighty, mighty Spartans, what was your strength? Anybody remember what Sparta's strength was? I'm sure there's somebody out there that remembers. Yes, their strength. Yes, Conrad was good combat. That's right. They had a great ground fighting. Good, Caleb. Good. All right. Yeah. They did not have a naval fleet like Athens, but they had military maneuvers and strengths, land battles. Exactly, Spencer. Um, yes, Ryan, Sparta was known to cheat. That's right. All right. So Sparta had a powerful land based military. So very different. So their strategies are going to be very different, right? Athens is going to do something by sea, we know that, and Sparta is going to do something by land because they're going to go with their greatest strengths. So, Athens' strategies was to avoid battles by land at any cost, and they wanted to strike Sparta's allies by sea. Itself couldn't be reached by sea, but its allies could. And then Sparta's strategy was to, thank you, Teddy. Yes, land battles. Sparta's strategies was to cut off the Athenian food supply, destroy their countryside surrounding Athens. Pretty good plan, right? I mean, one way is to cut off people's food supply. Well, Athens was led by Pericles at the time, if you remember, their great leader. And he said, you know what? I'm going to let Sparta destroy my countryside, and I'm going to bring all of those people into Athens, into my protective walls. And then we'll get our food by sea. So how's that? There you go, Sparta. So he did that. He gathered all the people and he brought them within the city walls of Athens. Now, Luke, I'll get to that question. What was the homework at the end again? Okay, I'll clear it up for you again. All right. So, what might be some of the problems of putting all the other city states within the walls of Athens? Anybody? Hi, Devin. Anybody? What might happen if you crowd a lot of people within city walls? Within city walls, what might happen? Anybody? Overcrowding, absolutely. Thank you, Conrad. Sammy, there are too many people to manage. Absolutely. That's another big problem. You guys are right on the right track. It would be cramped. Yes, it would. Chaos. Absolutely. Absolutely. They might start fighting. They might, because people that are too crowded might do that. Yes, they are very, very cramped, Caleb. Thank you. So, what happened more than that is due to the overcrowding. Yes, Sammy, people might break the rules as well. Due to the overcrowding, a plague began in Athens and took many of their lives. Sammy, that's a good one too. Maybe they'll run out of food. Athens lost 1/3 of its people. Even Pericles died from the plague. And so 1/3 of the people. So think of your friends, and one out of every three of you, if you had been living in Athens during this time, would perish, would be dead. So no problem, Aaron. If you're late, you can go back and view the video. Devin says too many people, so there would be chaos and people would fight all the time. Absolutely. All these things might go on. But in this case, it was a plague. And the plague started in Athens in 430 BC. The symptoms of the plague were high fever, inflamed eyes, sore throat, coughing, extreme thirst, vomiting, and red blisters on the skin. Thousands of people died. And a great Greek historian said, and I quote, they became infected by nursing one another, and they all died like sheep. Bodies of dying men lay one upon the other. Um, Bodies of dying men lay one upon the other. The temples were full of corpses of those who had died in it. So that was really sad. And that's what happened. And so it wiped a lot of the people out. Now, yes, Sammy, it is a horrid way to die. And people trying to help each other, trying to nurse each other back to health, mothers with children, fathers, wives, aunts, uncles. Um, so yes, at least they did try to help each other, but unfortunately, when they did, they got the plague. And so this weakened Athens, right? Because there's this horrible plague going on. People are dying in Athens, and they're trying to fight a war still against Sparta, and they're trying to get enough food through the sea with their ships to feed their people. So, so it was a tough time for them. And as a result of the Peloponnesian War, it lasted 27 years. Can you imagine? 27 years. Um, Sammy Riley says it's kind of like the coronavirus now. Well, we kind of have a lot more control than they did, and we're following what the authorities tell us about staying in the house and social distancing, and they're coming up with vaccines and medicines. So we have a lot more hope than they had, right? Um, and so that's what Athens was dealing with. So the war lasted 27 years. It destroyed city states. It destroyed crops. It destroyed homes. It destroyed statues. It destroyed buildings. We know how the Greeks are about their statues, especially Athena, who is the goddess that protects Athens. And the city states suffered many, many economic losses. Um, and they suffered and they lost military power also. So, what this war did, it kind of weakened all the city states, even Sparta, even Sparta. Um, so, uh, even Sparta was, everybody was weakened. And when this happens, others look to attack a weak empire. And a lot of people would love to have Greece under their empire. One of them is Philip from Macedonia. And so that's what's coming up next, right? When an empire gets weakened, there's always someone there around the corner that wants to take it over. All right. Hi, Elle. Okay. So I was going to tell you a couple of things. Luke had a question about the homework. So we will go over the homework today. Tonight, let me see, I'm sorry where my paper is. Tonight, you are reading those, here it is. Tonight, you are reading pages 401 to 402, which is about the plague and disaster striking Athens. All right, Luke. Everybody with me? I don't know who Chesto Meatball is. Um, okay, and here we go. Here is what I want from your homework. It should look something like this. You're going to have Sparta and Athens. You're going to have the advantages that Sparta had in the war and the advantages that Athens had in the war. And then you're going to have the strategies that Athens had in the war and the strategies that Sparta had in the war. And that's what your homework should look like. And it's due tomorrow. We talked about that today. And it's also in your book. Um, all right. And any questions about what we talked about now or what we talked about then? Look in your books again on page 401 when we talk about the allies of Athens and Sparta. Athens is in yellow and Sparta is in orange. And look at Athens. Athens goes all the way over into Persia, right? But here's Sparta, Sparta, Sparta. But as you see, Sparta's allies can be attacked by sea. And because they had good military, Sparta wanted to attack Athens by land and mostly ruin all of this countryside where they got their food. Okay. And I'd like you all to stop talking to each other and please make sure that you are paying attention. Thank you. All right. Um, okay. So, are there any questions or any questions about the homework? Hi, Celeste. If you missed any part of this, you can go back to my YouTube channel and you can play it over. Okay. Luke, did this help? Um, oh, um, I would like you to always my papers Google Docs and it's send it to my Gmail at Marty Marti Packman Packman at gmail.com. Okay. When we finish it, yes, please email it to me tomorrow and attach the Google Doc. I really appreciate it. All right. So you all have a great afternoon. I leave you with a little time from this class to do your homework and turn it in so you don't get too overworked or overwhelmed. Um, and yes, Luke, strategies and advantages. Okay. It's Marty. Sorry. Yes, it is Marty Packman 195 at gmail.com. So Marty Packman 195 at gmail.com. All right. Thank you, Ryan. Um, okay. Well, thank you all very much. I hope you're all staying well and healthy and exercising every day and having a little fun. All right. Love you and miss you. And hopefully, sometime soon we'll be together again. All right. Thank you very much. Bye. You have a great evening too. Thank you. Bye bye.